All right, everyone, welcome back to our podcast. 2 Less Ahead. I'm Larissa,
I'm Katie.
and this week we're talking about F1. The season just started. It was chaotic.
Chaotic.
It was a mess,
It was gut wrenching.
but we're out here. We survived. Everyone went home safe and physically okay, mentally.
We don't know yet.
About that. But the boys are all good physically, which is the most important thing ever.
Thank God.
We're also talking about NASCAR.
Yeah.
Seabell winning streak, 3 races in a row.
That's insane.
Amazing.
Insane.
And predictions for the Chinese Grand Prix next week. So let's get it.
Let's get it.
Okay.
So let's start with NASCAR.
NASCAR.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Seabell, right?
Yeah.
My baby.
Your baby.
My Pookie. He's 30. He looks 19. His skincare routine is amazing.
Yeah.
He looks so young.
Honestly, he takes really good care of his skin. I can't even lie.
Well, him or his wife. Because...
Listen. Whichever, because he's taking the advice. He's adhering to the schedule, to the routine. He's doing the work.
He's doing the work.
Because some of the skin that I've seen on there is atrocious. All right.
No, girl.
They need to be going through some Neutrogena, through some CeraVe.
Drink your water. Drink your water.
What's up?
That's what I'm gonna say.
With some cucumber and lemon, honey.
No, but
because your skin looking dry.
A bit too dry, but Seabell, skin amazing, and talent. Talent is immaculate. This guy won 3 races in a row for the first time ever. That happened with the new gen cars. 3 races in a row in NASCAR?
That's literally unheard of.
That's insane.
That's unheard of.
And imagine like his teammate, right, Denny Hamlin.
Yeah.
Who is the unluckiest driver in NASCAR. Imagine your team meeting, and then you have your teammate next to you who just won 3 times in a row, and you're here thinking about, what am I doing here? What's my life? Like, how does that happen?
To be fair, I crashed the car on purpose. like after the second win, like after the second back-to-back win, I just crashed the car. I'd be like, well...
Because, like, why stay the whole race? Just go home. There's
yeah.
no point, because you already know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, there's no
I've done my part. I've stayed the course. I think it's time for me to bow out. But while I do that, let me take some people with me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, insane.
Yeah.
3 races in a row.
That's actually insane.
That's good.
He did that.
He ate that up.
And left no crumbs on the plate. No crumbs. That plate is clean, honey.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
But speaking of teammates, Bell and Hamlin, teammates?
Yeah, I didn't know that until like a few weeks ago that they're teammates.
Yeah.
And then your teammate is eating that up. Week after weeks, and you're struggling, DNFing, qualifying poorly, respectfully, sir. But like, and also you're older than Seabell. Seabell is 30. Hamlin is like 46, 45.
I'm saying, like, I just crash the car all the time.
Yeah.
Because you're just taking a hit to your confidence all of the time.
My ego could never.
Like, I couldn't show up to the office knowing that a younger driver
like on Monday for
is
team
beating
meetings,
me.
I wouldn't go in. I'd call in sick.
All day, every day.
Absolutely. And then on race day, I'm crashing the car on purpose.
On purpose.
On formation lap.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Girl, don't try me.
They'd be like, yo, why can't you come? Oh, I have gout.
My back hurts. I have a headache.
I shot myself in the leg.
The kids are sick. I can't come,
Grandma died. Rest in peace. I'm sorry.
That was insane. But yeah.
But
NASCAR has been crazy lately. Denny Hamlin. Babes. We need to talk about that. Because, like I said, I want you to win this one
do we need a prayer session? Cause we could set that up. You know what I'm saying?
Real
like,
quick.
like hit us up.
I have some people.
Like, hit us up.
I fly over to North Carolina, It's okay. We can, we got you. Just ask.
We know some prayer warriors that could bless you.
Ask.
That could bless you. You know what I'm saying? Because I think at this point, you need some blessings. You know what I'm saying? You need a couple of blessings coming from above because I don't know what you're doing out
here.
here.
No way out. There's no way out.
You need some blessings, honey.
And I know, like, he tries hard, but it's not enough.
That's what I'm saying. He needs the divine. He needs some blessings.
Something that pushes him more, from above. Just like,
just like Stroll does.
This girl. Woo! All right. Since we're gonna go to the Stroll thing, let's go about the F3 and the F2 weekends in Australia. So they also had their season opener in Australia, as like featuring race for F1, and we got a little history maker this weekend.
Yes, sir.
Santiago Ramos.
Yes, sir.
The first Mexican ever to win in the FIA F3 championship. Period. And he's only 20 years old.
Yo, he's
my age.
Yo, they're doing it out there, man. That's what I'm saying. We need to have more diversity on these grids, man.
Yeah. Keep it up. You got this. You can do it. I believe in you. We believe in you.
I do. I really do. Because he looked like a very strong driver.
Yes.
And I think if he continues like this, his time in F3 is going to be solid. And he's going to... Yeah, he's going to have no times... He's going to have no problems and issue jumping into F2.
And then one day, F1.
I mean, with... I think it's going to be... It might be a little hard with F1. Actually, that's not true because we have 6 rookies.
Yeah.
Depending on how they do for the next couple of years, that grid might be changing.
Yeah, a lot.
It might be moving.
It might be changing by next week even. Like, you never know. Oh, well, before we get to that, I just want to take the F2 race was cancelled because of the rain and safety issues, and obviously safety comes first in every series.
Absolutely. And we saw that in the F1 race, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So it's better that the F2 race was canceled and we can ensure that they're safe and that they're not getting themselves into unnecessary danger for entertainment, because that's what it is at the end of the day. Like, of course it's a sport, but it's entertainment for us because we're seeing them go very, very fast on dangerous conditions. But we have to remember that these are people that are putting their lives in danger every time that they're getting into a car in these type of conditions as well. So I think it was a good call by the FIA. Probably the first and the last for this year.
No,
okay.
I when they posted on the F2 IG page, people were a bit mad because we have wet race or wet tires. Yes, we do, but it's still safety comes first. If they can't put the wet tires out and it being safe, there's no way of getting out at all.
Yeah.
This is their life right now that we're talking about. Yes, it's fun for us to watch, but this is their life is on the line every day that they race.
Yeah, bro, it's like us. We have winter tires, but sometimes when it be snowing out there, do you really think that your life is worth going skating with your car? No, you stay home. You call your boss and be like, girl, I'ma see you.
Girl, look outside. And that's it.
I'ma see when I'ma see you. But for today, it's work from home. Okay. So, it's the same thing. I feel like it should be the same rule of appliance for these drivers because, like I said, it's their lives being put on the line. So, and that's the thing. We're trying to avoid the least amount of crashes, of deaths, of injuries. These are fatal injuries. It's not like, oh, I'm crashing into a wall, my arm is broken, I can have a cast and I'm bro, if these people are hitting a wall,
it could be over.
Yeah, we're putting you in the grave. So
it's over.
You know what I'm saying?
So I respect that decision. It's a good call from the FIA, which surprise. But
like I said, first and last of this year.
But safety comes first, and that's for any series and any drivers, any kind of level that they at.
Oh yeah,
it doesn't matter. Safety comes
for
first.
For sure.
But yeah, when I saw that they canceled the F2 race, I knew that F1
was gonna be madly impacted.
Anyways, let's talk about what F1 is. What is F1? How does this thing work? Because it can be a bit confusing for people watching outside.
Yes.
It's a weird sport, but hey, listen, we're here.
Yes. So if you are new to F1, we're just gonna like explain it to you so that you're not confused as to some of the terms that we are trying. Not trying, but we're gonna be throwing out there, and you're gonna be like, "Well, what does that mean, girl?" I got you. Okay. So basically, F1 is an international 20. Sorry.
Like
I don't know.
It's
Sorry.
international.
It's an international. Okay. So F1 is an international open wheel race. It's happening in 24 countries, and it has basically 10 teams that has 2 drivers per team.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have 20 cars on the grid. And the grid is basically just where all the cars are being set up on the lines when the race is about to start. That's what a grid is. So each team is racing against each other. But when it comes to F1, you're also racing against your teammate because you want to have the best position. Now, when it comes to position, there is only 10 position that matters. And that...
well, yeah.
And I say that because it goes from P1 to P10 where you get the points. Okay?
The rest don't matter, really.
The rest, you ain't... Sorry, honey. You ain't getting no points.
It's all the same thing, past P10.
You're getting 0 points and you're fighting each other for...
Nothing.
Well, not for nothing.
Well, I mean for like standing position, but like there's no points in like after P10.
Listen, you're just trying to not be at the back of the grid like Stick Sauber was at like last year. You know what I'm saying? P19, P20, P19. It ain't good to be there. Okay. That's what I'm saying. Speaking of the teams and the drivers, there is 2 championships. Okay. So there's the first championship where it's the drivers. Each driver is competing, and that's why I'm saying there's only 10 position that matters because those are the points that is given to the drivers individually. That's being tallied throughout the 24 races in order for them to compete for the drivers, in order for them to become a world champion. And then there is the constructor champions. And that's when the teams are competing against each other to see which car was designed the best to be the fastest car during that season. Okay. So last year, the constructor champions were McLaren.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oh, yeah, baby.
First time since '98. It's been a minute.
It's been a while, but hey.
It's been a minute.
We got it after almost 20 years.
But hey, they made it through. We're proud. Yeah. But the driver champion is 4-time champion Max Verstappen.
4 or 3.
Listen, I respect the 4.
Yeah, we respect the 4.
I don't know about her.
We respect the 4.
The line stops here. I respect the 4.
We respect the 4.
Okay, he said 4.
So do I.
He said 4-time champion. So it can happen that the fastest driver or the best driver is not in the fastest car and it goes to another team. It happens. Stuff happens, girl. And that's why F1 is so good because stuff happens. Okay? Now, there are 2 summers. Not summers, but there's 2 vacations in the season. So there's the summer vacation, which is also called the silly season, which and it's called that because that's when the drivers that have their contract that's expiring that same year are going to start talking to other teams or their own team to see are they going to be staying within their team or are they going to be switching over to another team. So silly season can get really silly like it did last year, or it can be a little boring like it be this year because I think it's only Yuki and George who don't have a seat for next year.
But also in F1, anything can change.
A
contract is not really a contract because anything can happen.
That's true too.
You can have one for 3 years today, and tomorrow you have no secrets for the day.
They said Babu.
No, F1 does not mess around.
Back Pookie.
Nothing means anything.
That's very true.
Nothing means anything. For drivers or team principals, nothing means anything.
That's very true because, listen, they re-signed Checo after silly season and then they said, bye, Checo.
Never mind. I want the blondie. Like,
stop.
Never mind. Like, F1 is
so F1 is very fickle. You know what I'm saying? Just because you got a contract doesn't mean that you're guaranteed. You need to put out result to be guaranteed. Okay? So we have 24 races. This is the second year that we have 24 races, which is our longest season up to date. In 2023, we had 23. 2020 up in 2022, we had 22. Yeah. So this is a lot of racing that we've had. So we're very happy, but we know that it's taking a lot on these drivers, y'all. You know,
so thank you for doing it.
Thank you. Now, talking about the car specifically, okay? These are some of the things that we're gonna throw out there. Keep up, but
take some notes. You know,
it's okay. Okay. First things first. The tires. We have 3 sets of tires. We have hard, medium, and soft. Okay. These are important because they all have their own specifications as to why they're important. So the hard tires are loved because they're more grippier and they'll last longer, but they're not the fastest tires. Medium, and then you have the soft, which is they're the fastest tires.
But there's not much grip to it.
But there's not much grip to it, which means you have about 20 to maybe like 30 laps before you got to switch them out. Yeah. Okay? And then the medium tires is that it's basically like a balance of the two, depending. Okay? And then you have your wet tires, which is the wet. And then the wet tires for like when it's, obviously it's like raining, really wet, heavy raining. And then you have your intermediate where, for example, Australia, it wasn't necessarily like pouring rain.
But it was still wet.
But the track was slick. Yeah. So there was puddles on the track. The track was visibly wet. And, you know, you can clearly not drive with the tires that have just the slick, so hard, medium tires. Hard, medium, soft tires, basically. Now, we have 3 days that are important on F1. So it's the weekends. So we have Fridays, Saturday, Sunday. Fridays are usually practice. So they see what they're going to do. They use all the compounds of tires to see what they're going to do on race days, to see, you know, what am I going to use on Sunday. So if I'm in Montreal, is it better for us to use hard at this point? Is it better for us to use soft at this point? I'm not an engineer. I don't really care. That's their business. And then there's quali. Quali is also divided in 3. Yes. So there's Q3, the one place Lance Stroll cannot get out of.
Do you see how rude she is? Do you see how rude she is?
Am I wrong?
Yes, you are. Yes, she is.
Did Lance Stroll get out of Q3 in Australia?
Did he not?
I don't think so.
I think so.
I don't think so.
I think so. Even if he did not, where did he end up? P6.
That's
baby.
because he got lucky, not because he's talented.
Yes, he is. He's talented. He's talented. He's smart.
He's smart.
Yeah, to know where to go, you know where to
go.
Where to go. I know what I mean. Listen.
To go where? Off track?
Do we see how rude she is? Do we see how rude she is? Listen, this is not us. This is a her thing in a meeting.
Don't make me laugh, girl.
She's a hater.
Girl, don't make me laugh. Let me check.
What did he end up?
I'm trying to see where, in what queue that he got out of, but it's not showing me.
Yeah, because I think
I can see
Q1.
Oh,
sorry. Wait. Because Q1 this weekend.
Q1. Oh, he got on in Q2.
Exactement.
Anyway, so there's 3 queues. Sorry, I got them in reverse. I'm always thinking in reverse. So there's Q1, okay? And that usually lasts like 25 minutes. All the cars go out on track, and then the five slowest drivers have to are eliminated, and then they start within that order.
Yeah.
Okay, from slowest to the fastest. Then we start Q2, which is now the 15 other drivers that survived. They go out again. They do the same thing, and again, the 5 slowest drivers get eliminated. And then, okay, again, so slowest to fastest is their order. And then now we go to Q3.
Yes.
The place that Lance Stroll will never reach.
What about Haas? Your little team. Where are they?
Listen, they got new drivers.
Okay.
So they need to adjust. They need to adjust. They need to adjust.
For years,
so you're going to talk...
You
gonna talk bad about Ollie Bierman? You gonna talk about Ollie Bierman? That's what I thought, girl. Let me finish. Then we got Q3, honey, which is the 10 drivers. It's the 10 drivers. 10 drivers, yeah, that survived, and now they're the top 10 drivers that's gonna start, and we need to find out their order. They have 10 minutes, and then that's when we figure out who's gonna start out on pole, second and third. That's the most important, basically. Everybody else, I'm sorry, it doesn't really matter, but. That's how it is. That's how it is. And then we got race day.
Sunday morning.
On Sunday morning, sometimes it's bright and early. Sometimes it's late in the afternoon. And sometimes it's late at night. I'm looking at you, Las Vegas.
In Australia.
Yeah.
2 a.m. Really?
So, race day is usually about 2 hours. The track is always about 5 kilometers long. And it depends on the variation of like altitudes of the track going up and down, stuff like that. But the laps varies about 50 to 70 ish laps, depending on if it's a track or if it's a street race. Yes. And I think out of the 24 races, we have 6 sprint races.
Something like that, yeah.
Something like that. So we have one next week in China.
Woo!
We have one in Singapore. We have one in Las Vegas. We have one in Baku. We have the most famous one in Monaco.
Mm-hmm.
I forget the last one.
What's the one? Oh, we said Baku.
Mm-hmm. I really can't.
Oh, we said Singapore. No, but there's something else.
There's another.
It's later on.
Yeah.
Is it? No, because Mexico is not a.
I don't. Is it another street? I don't know.
No.
I got 5 out of 6 on the top of my dome. Give me credit where credit is due. Okay. But that's basically race weekend and the gist of F1. Yeah. Oh, and each driver has their own race engineer, which means if you were to ever watch F1, and then you see on the screen their conversation pop up, and then you see like them talking to someone, it's because each driver is in constant conversation with their race engineer because they have earphones in their helmets throughout the race so that their race engineers can tell them the strategies that the team is now developing or that they're like trying to do. Or for example, for Australia, if there's new development for the weather, then the race engineer would tell them, hey, like this is what we're gonna have like class 1, class 2, class 3 rain.
Yeah.
We're thinking that you need to pit to have
this tire or whatever tire you need, whatever.
Or maybe stay out and risk death, but you know, whatever. So that's what it is. And if you hear box, that means come into the pit lane. Push means push the car as hard as you can. And then
and then when you hear hammer time, it's go time, baby.
It's go time.
It's go time.
I mean, it's go time. Yeah. So that's basically the gist of F1. Yeah. There's of course some like more detailed, complex stuff, but like as we're new beginning,
we're not engineers.
That's one.
Yeah.
But like as new, like F1, comers, it's best to just keep to the basics.
Yeah.
And then once you feel comfortable, now you can deep dive into the more details of like the apex or a front or left wheel locking up, or DRS, or maybe why Stroll is never gonna get into a podium.
Kiss my
I'm just saying the truth, honey. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying?
Anyway,
Yeah.
Let's get into the thick of it. The F1 race, the F1 season opener.
I got my notes. I got my notes. Are you ready? Because I'm ready.
I'm gonna set the scene, okay?
Oh, set the mood.
About like 2.5 hours before F1 starts, it's the F2 race, right?
Yes.
And then F2 was like, "Hey y'all, it's too risky out here. We're not going out." That's what I knew. That's what I knew.
We all knew.
We're screwed. We're screwed. We're screwed. I know that with F1 they would never cancel because in F1 money comes first. Their life, they don't care about that because the FIA is stupid. But I know that the race was gonna go on anyways. When I went on the weather app for Australia and I was like, oh, it's not slowing down. It's gonna keep going.
I thought it was gonna give Brazil.
It gave Brazil.
Like Brazil, no, because Brazil was heavier showers than that, bro.
Okay, but the amount of people that we lost in the race was given Brazil.
Yeah, we lost a lot, and for like dumb stuff, bro. It was crazy.
So when they finally, guys are going out, whatever. All right, formation lap, which is when they go out from the pit lane to go in their group position. So either P1, 3, 4, 5, whatever, right? Formation lap.
Hajar, man.
Yo!
Hajar, man.
Yo! Ooh! Isaac Hajar, the rookie of Visa Cash App Racing Bull, our little French boy, our little French Pookie, crashed because
he took a puddle.
He
took not a puddle, but he took basically wet. He took a wet part
lane,
of the track
on the curve and lock up, no grip,
pow,
spin, hit the barrier, information lap. So he did not even start the race. It was so sad. He cried the entire way back from the track to the hospitality. That's a walk and a half, y'all.
My thing was, it showed us a chance to see Anthony Hamilton like consoling him, which was nice.
Yeah.
But those cameras, man, leeches. Y'all seeing the guy is crying. Leave the man alone. Like, I get like when he's on track because you guys are already there, so you're catching the thing in motion.
But in the paddock,
you guys have comprehension that this is happening. So like in the paddock, so when he's already in the paddock and he's walking through to get back to get to hospitality or into his own team's like motorhome and stuff like that, why are you still like shooting the guy? You know what I mean? Let him have his moment aside.
What I don't like is if you're like, at your own coffee table away and your camera's open, okay, whatever. But when you're in his face and he can't even walk to his motorhome, that's a problem because now you're in his privacy and he's already done.
It was pissing me off.
He's tired. He wants to go home and you're in his face for camera.
It was pissing me off because I was watching it on ESPN, right? Yeah. And I remember when he was walking through the paddock and Anthony Hamilton was pulling through to like to give him a hug and to talk to him. And there was like 3 cameras and they basically was doing a rotation of each cameras. And then you can see where each camera was positioned. And I'm like, y'all don't need that much. Matter of fact, y'all don't need any. Y'all don't even need to be here. Like, y'all gotta go. Because this was too much. It was too much. The man, like, leave the guy to have his own moment. Like, I would not want...
He's already going through it, guys.
That's what I'm saying. I'm already going through it. Like, let me have a moment to cry it out and then thug it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me have my time to do that. Because then that's the thing. It's like... And I think that's the thing is because Hajar was the only one that showed that side. Like, he was very...
like emotion.
Yeah, he was very
Emotional.
like clearly emotionally shaken up by what would
Yes.
what had happened, and so they capitalized on that. But it's like, girl, I thought we were
There was
doing
no need for that.
I thought we were doing better than that. Like this looks very trashy to me, in my opinion, because I thought I was watching F1 and not some type of reality show. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted
the Kardashians.
yeah, listen, I don't want nobody suing me. I don't listen. Like she said, the wall is here. Go after her. If I wanted to watch someone's every reaction, every word, every cry and tear and emotion, I would have been watching one of my reality TV shows because that's what you signed up for.
Mm-hmm.
But this is F1. Leave the guys to have something for themselves. Damn. He did better than me, because if that was me and I was in that moment, I promise you a hand would have been on that camera lens and pushed y'all aside. Like, you need to back off and then find me, because I would have been like, yeah. I would have been like, yeah. And what about it? I would do it again. Because why are you up in my face? I need to have my moment and you in my moment.
Yeah. It was too much.
Y'all wasn't like that, so don't do that to him.
It was too personal to watch also. I don't know.
Like, and how do you feel comfortable to shoot that? That's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't feel comfortable to shoot that. Like, there's a young guy that just went through a traumatic experience and he's crying about it. He's trying to, get himself right. Because mind you, he has to get himself right in order to do this again in a week less. And you're out here like, do I got the shot? Do I got the shot?
Lower.
Do I got the shot? Can I see the tears? Can I see the tears? Can I see the tears? Like, bro, you dumb. Like, you look so dumb right now.
Like, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
You
Pookie.
got this, though. You got this.
I wish I could have gone to the TV to just. But Father Hamilton did it for all of us. You know what I'm saying?
He patted dad. Really
yeah, he
amazing.
did it for all of us. So that hug came from literally all of us.
Yes, so you're welcome.
So you're welcome. Yeah.
What else did you have like that happen?
Me, I sectioned it off into qualifying and race day.
Oh.
So I'm gonna start by qualifying.
Okay, let's go back.
Poor Beerman, bro. I'm gonna start by saying that poor Beerman having that accident in FP1. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you had that accident in practice number 1,
and it happened twice also.
Yeah, so he didn't have no time in FP2, barely any time in FP3 because he did like one lap.
Yeah.
Barely in FP3, and they're like, yo, come back in. The car ain't good. Come back in. Had to work on the car again. And they're like, yo, listen, we're going to have to like pray to God that it works for qualifying. You know what I'm saying? So his race debut did not go well either. And I'm really sad about that because I was really looking forward to Ollie Beerman. He did so well last year for Ferrari. And I mean, he drove Haas in Sao Paulo. When I rewatched Sao Paulo,
oh no,
he didn't do that good. I mean, he didn't put the car where it needed to be, but that's not his fault though. Sao Paulo was
tragic. It was
a
race to forget. Really,
that was
a race to forget.
What's the word? I know the word in French. I just don't know the word in English. That was what's the biblical story? That was Noah when all the rain.
Oh wait, deluge.
Yeah.
What's the word?
When all that rain was coming down and God was flooding. God was flooding the earth.
Right? Yeah, a flood. We got it.
God was flooding the because I mean deluge sounds like a big word, flood doesn't compare any.
Yeah.
It makes sense in my head. So when God was flooding the earth, that's what basically was happening in Brazil. Insane. So it's not his fault entirely. It's a hard car to drive in those conditions, you know what I mean? So he didn't do like as they were planning him to do. But hey, listen, he didn't drive that thing in the wall. So
a win is a win.
Oh.
A win is a win.
You know what I'm saying? He made it through. He made it through. So I think it's just now he needs to better himself in wet conditions. Yeah. That's the pattern that I'm kind of seeing, is that wet is not his forte, and we need to improve that, honey. Okay.
Get it together.
Get it together. Is it I'm scared. Let me get this straight, because listen, I don't want none of y'all to come after me. You know what I'm saying? Bortoleto.
What's his name?
That's the last name. Bortoleto. Gabriel.
Gabby.
Bortoleto.
Is he?
I know I'm massive.
Is he Italian?
He's Brazilian. He's
He's
from Brazil. This is Brazil. And if you get the reference, you're a true one. You're a true one.
I don't get it, but okay.
I think I need to do like an
afternoon. Is it from Rio?
No.
Okay.
It's from Fast and Furious, bruh.
I watched like the first two.
I think. God.
I was a kid when they all came out.
It's so when we were all kids. It doesn't mean that you don't watch it.
I was more like a Cars girl, you know?
Girl, what do you mean? Like, no, you were old enough to watch Fast and Furious. You're not that younger than me.
I preferred watching Cars because it was
both Cars
animated. No, like Light McQueen.
Life is a highway. Anyways, Bortoleto showing that racist F word at Red Bull.
Wait, I missed something.
You didn't see it?
Girl, I was moving.
Oh, yes. So, what's his name?
Is it Marco?
Yes. So, Marco said that Steak has put a lot. No, Marco called Bortoleto a beer tier driver. Yeah. Bortoleto responded to him, like officially, by saying that, oh, well, you put a lot of wrong talent in F1 too. First of all, the clapback was T. Yeah. But the driving, though. Because, listen. Because, listen, Bortoleto is young, but he can back it up. He can back it up. He said, you calling me B tier, but you put a lot of wrong talent in F1. And let's dissect that. Let's dissect that for one moment, like as if this was that dissertation. You know what I'm saying? Because he said that verbally. Okay, that's a thesis. You know what I'm saying? Lord. You know, like he literally did a dissertation, because listen, he put the thesis, and you know how you have to prove what you said?
Yeah.
He went on track.
And did that.
Because Liam Lawson got out in Q1. Guess who got into Q2? Bortoleto. And that's what I'm talking about. Back it up.
Huh? Say it again. Say it again. Come on. Exactly.
Marco needs to shut up. I didn't do research, but I listened to him. I listened to the podcast of when he went to pit stop, I think. When he went to the pit stop podcast, when I tell you, this man is literally a non-knowing genius driver.
Ooh.
Like, he talks about how he's like, yeah, so I went to this race and I won. And you're like, girl, huh?
What?
And he's like, yeah, so like I just did well in F3. I won F3, and then I went to F2. It went well, and then I won F2. And you're like, huh? Like, girl.
He's that talented.
And then bam, right after F2, F1. Hello, the man got talent. And you're talking about he's a B tier? Did you see what Liam Lawson did in Australia?
Clock that, sir.
Okay. Moving on. I'm just going to say that. Heed my words, girl. You are one cough away, one sneeze away.
You call Marco girl?
I don't care.
Oh my god.
He heard what I said.
Ooh, can he hear?
Barely, probably partially from the left ear. You know what I'm saying? Girl, you are one cough, one sneeze. Matter of fact, one bad wind away. Because if you catch a cold, you gone. You out of here.
I can't breathe.
You out of here. You out of here. Okay? Ooh. You gonna go find Niki Lauda wherever he is.
Oh! Say hi for me. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay?
Just tell him I say hi. Ew.
I was surprised when Antonelli didn't make when he didn't come out of Q1. Yeah. I was like, a Mercedes? I know Toto Wolff was in there. He was like, yeah.
Smashing headphones again. Smashing headphones. No,
I know he was holding his hair like, I can't.
I think he has a bald spot forming.
That's what I'm saying. He's like, I can't take out these hair plugs. I can't take out these hair plugs. I can't take out these hair plugs.
No, but at least he showed up and showed out in the race.
But you, I'm getting there. Don't do that. But I'm trying to say. All right. And then, it was crazy because even in qualifying, it was nice. It was crazy, but it was nice, and I didn't expect it. But seeing Albon and Sainz pushing each other on qualifying was really nice. But I think this is what we're going to see for the rest of the season. Yeah. It's them just being like, I gotta go.
But it's still, a clean driving.
Yeah. There's no dirty. There's no like, I'm trying to ran this man off the road. Yeah, no. It was nice because as soon as one finished a fast lap, the other one was like, girl, psych, I got a fast one. And he's like, I'm about to do another one. It's going to be even fat. It was so sick. They were pushing each other. Yeah, that's crazy. That's cute, actually. And I know, what's the name of the team principal again?
James Vowles.
James Vowles was like, that's what he's like, this is what I was working for. He's like, all those nights at the hotel. All those nights that I was wooing Sainz. This is what I was working for. And also, I got a message for William. Y'all were lying. Y'all dirty lies. Because y'all was saying 2026. I'm looking at this car like,
2025.
2025, this is the year.
It might be it.
I have to rearrange my whole thing now. Because this car, I don't know what the hell y'all put in that car.
But keep it in.
Yo,
it's working its magic. And I'm loving
modification.
I'm loving it.
No modification.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Listen, y'all know who the star was? It wasn't even Lando or Oscar. Tsunoda. Yuki Tsunoda. That little short king that can be blown away by a strong wind. You did the Listen.
I saw.
Listen.
A girl. Yuki.
Listen.
What were you hiding all this time?
He finished that lap in Q3 and then he rolled back and then he looked at Red Bull like, see me now, ho. See me now. See me. What you gonna do? See me now.
I am so
see
happy
me now.
for him.
He's like, y'all wanted Blondie? Well, look at Blondie. Look at me now.
That's his new name, Blondie.
That's big D energy right there. Tsunoda said, look at me now. And you know what? If he keeps it up, he definitely won't get signed. I know that Honda said he needs to round his own coat, tail, wins, talking yappa in my ears. Too much talking. It's too long. He gonna be all right. I believe in him. Because he's been proven since he got into V-Carb, he's been like I said, that car is his.
So he owns it.
I'm not worried for Yuki because listen, this year, there's nothing this man
cannot do.
Can't do in that car. Okay. He put it into P5.
V-Carb.
P5.
I don't think they understand. He put V-Carb into P5.
And not only P5. Let me do a little side. Let me open a little parenthesis.
English.
Listen.
English is a nice language.
Listen. when it was race day, and he kept Leclerc behind him almost the whole time.
I know y'all saw that.
Red Bull, Horner,
Marco.
Marco, you little racist. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yuki,
you got it. You got it. You got it.
He owns that car like no one else does. He knows her.
You got it, honey.
He just controls the car so well.
Yo, that's his car. That's his car. And if he does well, they better freaking bronze that car, bro.
Yes.
They better bronze that car, bro. Because anybody gonna drive a V car like Yuki drove that V car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They better bronze that V car. I better see that thing in the window from wherever V Cub headquarters is. I want to see it bronzed. You know what I'm saying? But
on the wall.
Yuki, shout out to you. You did that thing. On to race day.
Woo! Hardest day.
Now, listen.
I think for the first time in a long time, there was a race in Australia during race day. Like, I've been a fan. I've been a fan of F1 for a few years now, and I've never seen rain in Australia.
That's true. It's always been sunny.
And then why was it today that you were like,
sunny and dry down
sunny,
under.
dry, and hot.
Dry.
And what was that last night? Wet, disgusting, slippery, and cold.
Disgusting is the word.
Ugh. It was so bad. So then after Isaac, Pookie crashed.
I'm so sorry. But like 2 seconds later, I see yellow flag.
Again.
I'm like, who the heck?
Mind you, this is lap 1. Turn 1 of lap 1, by the way.
No, mind you, we are still under safety car.
From Isaac.
And we're like lapping. We're on lap 4, 5. And I'm seeing yellow flag. I'm like, who the hell touched this wall?
Again.
Jack. Doing. Girl, you got...
I think that's the one thing he did not need to crash the car.
Well, of course he did not need it.
But on the first race of the season, when you know your position as a driver.
Girl, you have 3 races.
They give you a 5-race contract.
You got 3 races.
And you lost 1.
Remember how we said that F1 is fickle? 3 races. 3.
Yes.
And you crashed one of them.
Like, do you want to stay here? Do you want to stay here?
First race of the season and you out? Like, you said bye-bye like that on safety car.
That's insane.
And you got 5 races to go. You got 4 races to go.
Right now, I feel like the Colapinto rumors is more and more likely to happen because what the hell is
Listen, Colapinto's on his shoulder. Like,
Colapinto already packed his bags. He's getting his visa and he's ready to go.
They're molding that chair as we speak.
He's getting his race suit fit right now.
They're molding that chair to his body as we speak. They're saying Colapinto,
Jack,
suit
Bubba,
up.
like, please wake up.
They're taking media pictures as we speak. Replacing all.
They're getting like driver's card ready.
Yeah.
As we speak, y'all.
As we speak.
Sir.
Because what did you do?
After Jack.
It was science, bro. My Shayla!
Because it happened at the same time too, right?
Like, one after the other.
Yeah. A tear left my eye. A tear in the corner of my eye just slipped down onto my pillow.
But science says it's because he had like a sudden surge of torque. And then that made him like, and he took a wet patch too, and then that made him spun out, and then he took the wall.
Those wet patches.
But that's what I'm saying. Williams got something under that hood.
Let them have it.
James, if we could have a sit down, we can fly over to where you are. We like to talk.
Yo, Siren, he's fluent in French.
We speak French, clearly. We couldn't even figure out deluge. But clearly, you know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Clearly.
We can chit-chat, you know, drink a little tea. What's the secret?
Clearly. We won't divulge it. We would never do that. We just want to talk.
Never.
We just want to talk.
Your secrets are safe with us. I promise. I promise, girly pop. Pinky promise.
Pinky promise.
Mm-hmm.
Pinky promise. And then after that, Lawson.
Just take a second again. Just take it.
Because who the hell told y'all? Who the hell told y'all?
I really wish they had put a camera on Hornet's face when that happened.
Yo, that's what I needed. That's what I
Blondie.
needed. Because that's your homie.
You said your friend?
You said he was the next Max Verstappen. He was as bold, as brazen. He was daring. He was as fast. Oh my god. He can keep up with Max. Where was he? Because I saw Checo. I saw Checo.
The Mexican reporter called him Liam Perez. The disrespect. But listen.
I saw Checo.
This is no shame to Liam Lawson. It's the fact that you were so hyped up to the fans, and for what?
No.
To you,
it's
you know
not,
what? It's okay.
Not
Good luck for next race. Whatever.
It's not the hype up. It's not the hype up. Me, it's the fact that he was talking all of this, man.
Yeah, and we talked about like last week. You talked a lot, and you weren't ready for that.
You talked all of this, because he said, "Oh, I can't take out Yuki. I can't take out Danny. I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to win."
Now you need friends.
So you can win from the back of the grid, huh?
Now you need friends.
Matter of fact, you can win from the pit lane because you didn't even finish. So
I want to talk about the Oscar.
Oh, that hurt my heart.
That, I'm not gonna lie, when I saw, if you saw Norris' mom, Siska Norris, her reaction was my exact reaction. Times 10 with tears in my eyes.
I the scream.
She's still shocked.
The scream that I wanted to scrump, but I couldn't because my parents were sleeping upstairs, and
it's like 2 a.m. at this point. Yeah.
I couldn't fully give up what was in my diaphragm.
I just got up and I just started panicking.
Oh God. But it's so sad because you know what's worse is because they both did the same mistake. Only Oscar got the worst end of it.
Yes, because Oscar ended up breaking a second later than Norris, and like the way he broke was far off the dry patch, right?
Yeah.
So again, white patches ruined the race for him. He went onto the turf.
Yeah.
But what I love though, when he got out the turf, right?
Yeah.
The claps for him were amazing. The support he got when he got out, like back out of the track, was just amazing.
We were all wanting at the end that it was him and Lando racing in order for him to get P1, because then it would mean that finally an Australian wins their home Grand Prix, because it has never freaking happened ever. It's a curse of the Australian Grand Prix. No Australian has ever touched
the podium
with their toes. I mean, except for Danny Ricciardo, but then he got disqualified. But no Australian touched the podium on an Australian home turf, which is insane, bruh. That's your home.
So sad.
It's so sad. But then when I saw the interview after, he said that it was his fault, and I'm like, no.
This is why. Oh my gosh, these F1 drivers. Stop beating yourself up.
Listen, all the pain that Ollie Bierman, Oscar Piastra, Isaac, who else? Basically, those three got put it together.
What about Jack?
Basically, put it together. Cut it in half. Give half of it to Liam Lawson. Give the other half to Les Stroll. Cause I got I got
keep my meds out your mouth.
I got no time.
Keep her meds out your mouth.
I got no time.
So sad. But I do. His sister Heidi went on live after the race, and she was like, "Yeah, he can be fine, but he puts a lot of blame onto himself, and he beats himself up so much.
Yeah, it's gonna be in his mind.
Oscar,
because he was so close.
It was right there.
He was so close.
It was given when Norris lost the Russian Grand Prix in the last lap.
Yeah.
Oh, till this day, it hurts me. But it was the same pain that I felt watching last night's race. It was sad. But Oscar, you're an amazing driver. You got this. We know that what happened. It's not your fault, sir. Take it off your shoulder. It's not your fault. It's just the conditions. It happens.
Sad.
It happens.
It's sad. But to alleviate that sadness, what's it called? The radio between Leclerc and his race with his radio engineer.
Oh my gosh.
Killed me.
Ferrari is back at it again.
Is there a leakage? A leakage of what? The seat is full of water. Like, full of water. Then it must be the water. Let's add that to the words of wisdom. You know what?
Ferrari will never fail to make us laugh. Their logic is...
Yeah, it's water.
There's no logic, actually.
He said there's a leakage of what? Water. Then it must be water.
Well, no. Really, Sherlock?
Yes.
Well, look at you.
I mean,
Look at you.
If 2 + 2 is not 4. You're not wrong.
That's insane. It took me... When I heard it, I was like, wait, did he just say...
I mean, he said there's a leakage. He asked what leakage. He said water. It's water.
But that's not the answer.
It's water. It's water. Okay.
Predictions for China. What do we think?
I don't want to see George Russell on that podium again.
Okay. Oscar comes back somewhere P2 on the podium. You know, as a comeback from this week.
Okay.
And then we get who I want to say Kimi Antonelli P3, but that's a stretch. So I'm gonna say P4 for him.
That's ambitious.
And I'm gonna put P3. P3 is gonna be. Who's Hamilton?
That's ambitious.
No.
Hamilton ended up being P10, honey.
Because of strategy. Not because of him.
Yeah, but even before the strategy, the man was shaky.
No, he could have gone podium, but strategy did not work in their favor.
But the car was snappy. It was the car.
It's the rain.
He wasn't vibing with the car.
It's the rain.
Okay,
I think P1.
I think one of the cars. Listen, one of the McLaren's gonna get up there. I think Max has to be on there. I'm sorry.
No,
he has to be.
He doesn't.
He has to be.
He doesn't.
He does well in China.
I know.
He does well in China.
Yeah.
He does well in China. And then I think I'm gonna be ambitious. I'm gonna be ambitious, and then I'm gonna say Carlos might be P3.
Okay, I'll also say that.
I think Carlos might be P3 because, listen, like I said, I don't know what type of torque they put under that car.
Magic powder. Magic powder.
They put some fairy dust.
Go fast.
During the winter, they said, the blue wasn't just for show. They meant it. They said, this must be Baba Boom.
Baba Boom. So you got Carlos P3 and then a McLaren P2.
I don't know where they're going to be at, bro. I mean, but I know that, like, you know what? I think a McLaren's going to be P1. Max is going to be P2.
No. Max is going to be P3. He has to be P3 or below. Listen. You know what kills me? Last week's episode, I said George on the podium, and you said, "Oh, you're delusional." And
you said George on the podium?
Yes, and look who was there.
You said George on the podium?
I did, and you were like, "Oh, you're crazy."
No, you didn't.
Go back. I did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
You said one of the Williams on the podium.
I said Carlos P3, George somewhere in the podium, and you were like, "Oh, you're crazy."
George Russell?
Yes.
I don't believe it.
Look where. So I'm gonna use my vision. I'm gonna use it.
Okay.
You know, Max is not in there.
Okay, psychic.
Oscar Orlando. I'm pretty sure it's Oscar because he wants to come back. You know, be like, hey, I was down, now I'm up.
I'm up.
You know. So Oscar P2, P3.
Are you saying Lando 1? Oscar 2?
No. Lando will not be in the podium.
Oh.
He'll be P4 behind Carlos in P3, and P1 will be. No, wait, no, I'm crashing out. P1 Oscar, P3 Carlos, P2. Who? I'm thinking of P2.
You gotta give me something.
Yuki Tsunoda, P2. P4 Verstappen. No, P4 Lando, and then P5 Verstappen. So P1 Oscar, P2 Yuki, P3 Yuki, P. Yeah.
Ambitious.
Yes. Listen. Last week I was almost right, and you switched it up on me. You made me down myself. This week.
Okay, but then your prediction that we posted was not. You had Verstappen right.
No, I changed it because you were like, "Oh, you're crazy," so I changed it again.
But you had Verstappen right.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's about it.
I had 2 out of the 3 drivers,
but not in the right spot.
Doesn't matter.
It does matter.
I had 2 of them.
It does
so
matter.
I was the closest one. 2 of them were right, just not in the right order. You have to just.
So who you got for China?
I said a McLaren on top. I'm gonna say Oscar's gonna be on top.
I'm wrong, baby.
It's gonna be Max on second, and it's gonna be Carlos on third.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna stick to that. Like, you're gonna see that on Instagram.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick to that.
Okay, girl.
Yeah. I might not. I might just. I might switch it.
Hey, I changed my mind. Never mind.
I might switch it.
No, congratulations to all the rookies. I know, so you crashed, but hey, guys, it's okay.
Jack Doohan, you got 5 minutes.
It's okay. It's not your fault. It's the conditions. To Yuki, to Lance Stroll, to Alex, to Nico Hülkenberg. Congratulations, Bubba's. The big points.
Yo, Nico,
amazing results.
Your back is big because you
your back is strong, babe.
You carry it.
Oh,
you gotta go on. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. And we hope that you enjoyed this episode.
Yes.
We're going to see you in the next one, which is legit next week.
In a few days.
In a few days.
Oh gosh, I need to stop hitting the mic.
Yeah, you do. But me too, though. I've hit it a couple times. Sorry, boo. It's just going to be next week. And next week we're going to have more stuff. We're going to see how China goes. Hopefully it's going to be a good race as well.
Yes. Please.
Hey, only time will tell.
Please, no rain. I beg.
Actually,
please, no rain. No, I need that track clean, hot and dry. I beg.
But yeah. See y'all.
Bye, guys.